Hello, how are you today? Well, today I'm going to be talking about S for stories. Now, that's not the kind of story when you would sit cross-legged at school and have a story read to you by the teacher. I mean, I loved story time, I don't know about you. But I am talking about the stories that we tell ourselves every day. So when I say I love story time, it never stopped, did it? Because I was imagining that was a story I was being told, whereas actually I'm living in a story all the time. How about the stories that we do tell ourselves? So a story about that maybe I'm shy, or I'm an introvert, or I'm an extrovert. And they may feel real, but they're not real, are they? They're just a story. So if you think about what you say to yourself, we construct a whole story around something that we think we feel. So maybe at some point in your life, you felt what you considered a bit shy, or somebody said, oh, she or he, oh, they're a bit shy. And you took that on and you made up a story around it. You made up a story about how that was real, how you're shy. And then that story informed every other story that you went on to tell about yourself, the way you thought about yourself. Everything the way you thought about yourself was informed by that thought that you're shy. But it's a story. It's not real, because you're free to be something else and somebody else the next day. So how about the stories we tell ourselves about other people? You know, oh, he's like this, or she's like that, or my boss is mean, or they don't like me. How about those stories? You know, I have clients that come to me and they do lots of social occasions, and they say to me, oh, I can't deal with the social occasions because everybody else is so much more intelligent or well-read or intellectual than I am. So they're telling themselves a story about themselves and about the other people around the table, and then they're believing the story that they've made up, because it's all made up, isn't it? And the reason I say it's all made up is because we know that we construct our reality ourselves. It looks like it's going on. It looks like this coaster is really there, and I can see it's really there, but I'm making up everything about the coaster in my head, aren't I? Even the colour. I might see this as a blue-grey. You may see it as totally grey or totally blue. It's a story. And how about the stories that we tell about our lives? Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever had anyone telling you about their life, and maybe the circumstances are really similar to yours, but when you're listening to them, you're listening to maybe a tale of woe, and you're thinking, well, I didn't see it like that. Maybe, sadly, their parents died when they were very young, or they grew up without any money, or anything it could be. You know, I know I've heard this around illness. Some people deal with illness in a very different way to others, and that's the story of how they're dealing with life. And I'm not saying anyone is right or wrong, as long as we see that it's a story. And how about, too, about the way we eat? How about people that say, oh, I have a sweet tooth, or I'm addicted to carbs? Although you may have heard me say that I've never heard anyone saying I could kill for a bowl of curly kale, and that's a complex carb. But we tell ourselves a story about I'm addicted to carbs, or I have a sweet tooth. And then we believe the story that we've made up, and then we make that real, don't we? Because then we feel like, oh, I can't resist sweet things. Of course you can, it's just a story. Or about our success or our failure. We have a story that we write about how successful we are, and let's face it, that can change every day, can't it? Because one day we can think we're all amazing, and the next day we can really have a big loser on our forehead. I don't think that is just me. And then we believe, again, the stories that we write, because every time we construct a story, it feels real. So I'd like you to just see where you're telling stories. Notice as it's coming out of your mouth, or it's going around in a narrative in your head, just think about it and think, is that real? Is that true? Is that true right now? Or was it true 5 years ago? Or did it feel true when I was a child? Or am I imagining it's going to be true in the future? Just see that, just like the stories when you were at school, the stories that start once upon a time, they're all make-believe, and they're all written by us. So be free from all the stories that you have, because a lot of our stories hold us back, don't they? So you can be free. And if you want to tell a story, make it a good one. Okay, bye-bye.